Hey guys, Bill Seamantel here from the BBZtv. Recently I've been getting some private messages on my Facebook and Twitter accounts asking me what I do to prepare myself for tournaments. And the interesting thing is this year I qualified for 2 TOCs. I actually fished by myself in some team tournaments. With the spirit of my dad, I lost my dad back in October. And we qualified for 2 TOCs. The first one's going to be at Lake Mead in about a week or so, and the following tournament, that's for ABA, and the following tournament's going to be at Lake Havasu for national bass. So I'm preparing myself, and the biggest thing is getting your equipment ready. The better that you could prepare yourself for all the little stuff, your boat, your truck, your equipment, rods, reels, all that little stuff, I try to take care of weeks in advance. And once I do that, once I get out on the water, then I have my full attention span is going right to trying to figuring out the fish and patterning them. The biggest thing is you can see behind the boat, man, I have things torn apart. I'm setting up tournament boxes. I'm setting up all my crankbaits, my worms, my hooks, swim baits, miscellaneous stuff that I might run into while I'm out on the water, and I'm taking care of that now. The biggest thing, like I said, is the more you prepare yourself now before you get on the water, those little things that happen, a prop spinning, a hub, a pull string for your trolling motor breaking, an extra set of scales to weigh your fish, balance beams, tools, a fuse, a little teeny fuse that you have in the boat for, say, a light, one of your mooring lights or your navigational lights, that they'll kind of hold you back before the tournament starts if it's not working. Those are the key things I take care of before I even get out on the water. And that's the biggest thing, is I am really anal about preparing myself before the tournament starts. And if you start thinking about that, you're going to start seeing the separation between guys going out there and having little things bug them and them losing, their focus on catching fish, to the guys that are prepared for almost anything out on the water. Murphy's Law, it happens, but if it does, I have the stuff to take care of it. We're going to go through some stuff today, and this is going to be, I'm going to try to do this real quick, and as you're going to see, I'm going to try to be pulling in pictures to kind of show you real quick on like what I'm talking about. But we're going to go down, and the biggest thing is the boat. I'm taking care of the boat. I'm looking at the trailer, checking my hubs, checking tires, pressure, the spare tire, that it's inflated, it's working properly if I need it. I'm looking at all the straps, the locks down, the buckles, and I'm making sure my trailer's taken care of. Then I go into my motors on my boat, getting there. I just had a service on my big motor, my Evinrude. I did an LOF, I changed the impellers, I got everything working there, so hopefully that's up and running. I have my trolling motor, my Minn Kota. I've went through it, everything's good, and in addition to what's on my boat, I always bring a spare. I have a backup pretty much for everything on my boat, and I usually carry it with me. From that, I go to my electronics. I just have new Lowrance HDS Generation 2 Touch. Boom, those are taken care of. The biggest thing on that is the battery system. Real quick, here's a picture of me. I actually put in an extra battery. I'm running 5 batteries in the back of the Bass Cat, and that's the extra juice I need to run the electronics properly, and for the power poles and my bilge pump and the lights, and if it's raining, the bilge. So there's a lot of prep work going into it before I hit the tournament. Then I start going through my boxes, and my back box, I have everything from a full set of tools, extra pumps for the live wells or the bilge. I have miscellaneous stuff, extra hubs for the big prop. I have parts, fuses, pieces, ropes, electrical tape, plastic bags. Any little thing that could go wrong out on the water, I can fix in a blink of an eye. Then we go into my weighing system, my electronics, my column right, my balance beam, my boards. I have everything set up. Then we go into the box behind me, behind the driver's seat, and then you have, I have safety stuff. I have a first aid kit. I have a flare box in case I break down or somebody needs help. I have a signaling system. I have I have not only jumper cables in the boat, I have actually a backup battery jumper in the boat as well. Anything from sunscreen, pain medication, tape, man, the list goes on and on. I even actually will carry a set of power bars, some lift-off, something that if I do get stuck on the water, I can survive for a day or overnight with some food and water. So I'm always preparing myself for that. And then we get into the big compartment up front where I have an extra seat. I have an 18-foot collapsible push pole. I have 3 life vests, 3 different styles. So if one goes haywire or pops, one of the self-inflating ones, I have a standard life vest. I have a fire extinguisher. I have 2 sets of wet gear for rain. I have an extra pair of shoes. I have some extra clothes. I have a big piece of wood down there if I need to change a prop. So these are all the things you need to do to prepare yourself out on the water. And then we're going to get into some actual lures, and I'm going to start going through some boxes to kind of explain to you how I set up my baits. So that's a quick overview on what I'm getting ready for my boat out on the water. And then the next little video you're going to see is me kind of going through some baits and preparing myself for what I might find out on the water. So stay tuned, and I'm going to go to the next step on what I do to prepare to pre-fish a tournament coming up. See you next time here at the BBZ TV.